out. It's like, oh, what did you find out? Saz has a red sports car.
I was like,
and I'm like, guess what that sports car is? That's Ifrit. And I thought it was. That's what they said in the report. But, you know, liars. Dirty liars. Lying liars that lie, they're lying holes.
Alright, so back to 13 itself, though. Show hands, who actually liked the game? Like, honestly, it was like a really good game. Thank you.
I like the 2 hours I've gotten into it before my TV died.
I got a lot of bad press at the beginning. I was like, oh, it's too long to get into. It's run down corner fight.
I gotta it is linear. Okay, it is an RPG on rails, but in all defense, every previous Final Fantasy is linear. You just have a wider road. You always have to go to the next event.
Big dungeon.
That's the way it goes. But this, you're on rails.
It's a big dungeon.
Yeah, you're a dungeon crawl, but it's okay because it's got great characters and it looks really pretty.
The only
Sean, we had a problem with 13 is there's actually character development in the game. Like, it's not like, oh, I'm gonna whine, wait down, stop whining. Now they actually develop. Like, oh man, I'm a kid. Oh, I'm off bed.
You don't whine that bitch.
I hate snow bears. And some of the I lost
Go ahead.
The only games that Square has ever done that were really not... The only games they ever done that were really non-linear were the Saga series, and we know how well that was received. I love them, but, you know... And I guess you could count Disc 2 of Xenogears, but people don't like that either, you know?
I love the hell out of Xenogears.
Disc 2.
Disc 2?
Yeah. Flop, game over.
But I mean, Saga, you do whatever you want in any order, and people have not even heard of that, really.
Right, near the end of the game where like things just like went random and random and random, like you're fighting this mega ultimate boss. Okay, cool, you beat it. You're in some sort of a hospital, like randomly, and I'm like, how did this happen? We were in the sky fighting like this, you know, badass mech, and we beat it, and we are awesome. Now we're in a hospital helping people.
They didn't even really maintain that. I mean, they, you know, to try and make it more popular, they tried to make some of the Saga more linear, and fans just turned away from it, like Saga Frontier 2. It looks beautiful, but it is pretty linear by comparison.
I mean, I understand like things have to develop to be, you know, a lot more prettier, but the only thing is I cannot for anything tolerate at the expense of visual effects for any substandard plot or storyline at all.
Star Ocean 3. Star Ocean Pass 2.
Like we all, I'm sure we've all played Xenosaga.
Let's confirm that.
Film saga, movie saga, cinematography saga. Oh my goodness, it was very visually appealing and pretty, but like I played the game for 20 minutes and then I would have to watch 2 hours of video crap, and then.
Save somebody a tray of food.
That's not a joke. Save a game for cutscene.
But I should remind you of the comments back on 13.
That's please.
What I really love about it is, I mean, your updated logs when you're just loading the game.
Right.
Here's a recap of where you were. If you are messed up on the vocab, because let's face it, the terminology at times can be overwhelming.
Yeah.
You've got references in-game for everything.
Yeah.
I had friends come over, they had no idea what was going on, but I took 10 minutes, showed them the chapter up to date, and we just moved ahead.
Yeah, it's weird. Which because that's something that was both games like BioShock and Batman Arkham Asylum.
Yes.
And people are like, oh, that's great, I'm glad in there. 13 knows it. Oh, 13 is terrible, they don't tell you anything. There's a little flinch icon saying, update your blog, dude.
There is actually something I do like about the characters in there, and I'm going to use this at...
Actually, quick first.
Okay, go ahead.
Are you afraid that Square-Enix is going in that direction of sacrificing story for graphics capabilities?
See, here's the thing. Possibly do both. It's always possible. But is Square Enix doing it? And unfortunately, the answer could more than likely be yes. Only because lately in our day and age, especially here, when you go and buy a TV, you pretty much go to like, oh my god, does it look really good? Does it do 1080p? What's the refresh rate? How many hertz is this? And unfortunately, it's how we view everything. And lately in the game, a lot of people in their games are like, this game only doesn't have a great frame rate or anything like that. And I'm just sitting here like, I play 2D fighting games when I'm playing RPGs. I really don't give a crap.
isn't that so much graphic based. I mean, 13 looks great, but again, there's a huge chunk of plot in that game.
But yeah, like
characters are developing. Again, roll as a view. Character driven, very good. Crisis Core was focused on Zack and his life. Very, story driven. Looked great for a PSP game, and it was a nice mixture of both. So I think Square, for the most part, when they're good, they're doing story and graphics. When they're bad, it's Kingdom Hearts.
I mean, you could re-release Super Nintendo, and if you make amazing games for it, I will buy it and buy those games. I mean, yes, I'm a techno nut, so when I go there, I look for the TVs and everything like that, so I could maximize everything. But ultimately, you're playing an RPG essentially because it's essentially a story. You have to have a great story with it.
Because if you don't do that, you have Pokemon. That's right, I said it.
And you have no role if there's no freaking story.
I also think the problem is
But I love my Gyarados.
The problem these days now is that America's been kicking the West, Japan's asses towards RPGs. I mean, Fallout 3 was amazing. Mass Effect, I suck at Mass Effect real bad, but their games are hot as hell. BioWare in general, Dragon Age Origins. Dragon Age Origins was such a great game, although buggy as hell, which is anyone from BioWare these days. Yeah, there literally is a bug for every copy of the game they sell. But, and what else?
Yeah.
Borderlands is a really cool shooter hybrid. Was fantastic. It was really like
it was like Diablo.
Diablo met Phantasy Star, I would say. There was a huge online community for it.
The weapon system was amazing.
4-character class and amazing customizability. It was really.
The B gun.
Pew, pew, pew.
It was this thing. Basically, it's a revolver that shoots little beehives at you with bees inside of it. Great. It's like Bioshock 1. The whole this thing. Oh yeah.
The lack of plot worked too. Up until the end, it worked.
Oh, for Borderlands?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you were like a mercenary, so just run around shooting dudes. And it was funny as hell.
The plot doesn't matter, that's the point.
Yeah, it's like,
go around.
It's like suddenly here's the giant tail monster from Watchmen. You have to fight him now.
Cell shading is awesome.
It is.
I love it.
Yeah. But again, that's the whole thing. Like, 10 years ago, it was Japan makes JRPGs, America does shooters and sports, and all was good. Then again, Microsoft and more PC developers were getting into the game, BioWare, Dissidia, and researchers of Fallout and all that kind of stuff. It's just now we're just so much better at Japan making RPGs with actual characters we develop. In the J market, we play stories based on other people's lives. In the Western RPGs,
I mean,
you control your own destiny more or less.
I mean, as far as also the question we had on there, it could go one of two ways. You can essentially pretty much have a good plot line like in 13 and still be visually pretty, or you can have a movie like Spirits Within. And
don't you dare mention that.
I like it, and Final Fantasy X too.
Oh god.
Go. Alright.
Haven't gotten to
speaking of Spirits Within, I don't know, Final Fantasy Limited, I don't know, Trophy was pretty I like, but anyway. In the form of animation and media and stuff, I'm giving a big thumbs up to Square-Enix because they're going into I love Fullmetal Alchemist, fuck yeah, and Soul Eater. So they're taking these great things and they're making cute little fighters and people are like, oh, let me buy that. Square-Enix likes money, so. But it's working out better, and the quality is going up. I'm liking what I'm seeing, and it's entertaining. So I say keep coming and keep media because I like video games, but I really like anime.
Go watch Brotherhood.
All right, so
all right. So
two things. This carries on. We're gonna go back soon. So two things I want to point out. But Square Enix animation, it was really cool. Oh, kind of neat actually. They're the only anime studio in Japan who has not lost money on any series they've done. Everything has turned profit.
Good.
Oh, it's well marketed. It's well marketed, and they take the highest profits. Like Black Butler is huge in Japan. They backed it up with money. Soul Eater, money. MMA, money. They set that and relax. I mean, was it Unlimited was terrible. That was Gonzo. Yeah. So Square and it. Well, that was. That's we'll get to that later.
no, I think we spent enough time on that horrible for
along, and how much money they make on that?
How are they dealing with the manga? Right? Do they have any association with that?
Yeah, they also have every month.
So that too.
Yeah, they also have money. Well, that was more of an Enix trading because Square didn't have a manga until Enix bought them out. I think there's a Dragon Quest manga. If I'm not mistaken. There was a manga for 12. I know that much.
People
Was there really one for 7? Oh, Dragon, I'm thinking Final Fantasy VII. No, it's not. No. But, yeah.
I'd have that on my bookshelf.
Yeah. Alright, so speaking of the negative side of Square Enix, I'm going to hand the mic over to